Thank you to our sponsor, miraclesmanifestorhoodies.com. I truly love the quality, colors, and meaning behind these zodiac sign sweatshirts, as well as the mission and purpose of the brand, which is combining the power of positive thoughts and manifestation with the highest quality clothing, styles, and fashion to keep everyday inspiration, motivation, and the energy of optimism alive in you. So go ahead and make this sweatshirt your new lucky charm and use coupon code Nadiya at checkout. Links are in the description below. Hello, fabulous superstar Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2022. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. As we begin the month, though, it may not feel as consequential as it is going to feel once we get to the end of the month. So let's take it one at a time. As we begin the month, right out of the gate on the 1st, we will have a new moon. Now, this new moon takes place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with communication of all kinds. It has to do with conversation and expression. It has to do with perception as well, and learning and teaching. This part of the sky also connects you to siblings, cousins, and neighbors. Now, here's the thing. New moons bring new beginnings and also new information, new news, given where this new moon is taking place for you. The new moon is going to be hand in hand with Chiron and Mercury. And so this is, on the one hand, going to emphasize the communicative factor of this new moon. All of us are going to feel like talking, given that this is taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with talking. Well, you can see here that chances are you'll have a lot to say, but also you'll have a sense of curiosity and openness to knowing that you have a lot to learn as well. It is that Chiron connection that speaks to vulnerability, that speaks to feeling exposed in some way. Now, if it is that you are in some way using social media, like almost everybody is, or even traditional media as well, this part of the sky connects to sharing your message in one of those formats. And so this may be a time when you share something that has you feeling exposed or vulnerable in some way. Now, it may actually be good for you. It may be that there are some feelings of vulnerability that need to be healed as part of you learning to share more expansively than before. Now, if it is that you identify as a healer of any kind, well, this may be a time when you are feeling that much more determined to share your message with others, or to share what it is that you uniquely have to share as part of being a healing presence in the lives of others and in the world as well. If it is that you have a desire to learn something new, that may bring with it feelings of vulnerability to teach something to others, that as well. But regardless, understand that this is a time when profound transformation and healing can take place, but it does require that in some way you share your journey, you talk to others as part of moving through those vulnerabilities and turning them into wisdom, which turns them into strength. If it is that siblings, cousins, and neighbors are highlighted at this time, well, a part of you may feel like they are a healing presence to you, or you are to them. That can help to foster those relationships. Now, I want to add, this part of the sky has to do with like your grade school years. And this may be a time when there's a reconnection with people from that period of time in your life. And that can have you feeling vulnerable in some way as well. Perhaps remembering that time of your life, or perhaps current day interactions with these people. But again, it's nothing that can't be talked through and navigated through, ultimately to your advantage. Now, as we navigate to the middle of the month, on the 16th is when we will have this month's full moon. And this full moon is going to take place in a part of the sky that is decidedly worldly. It has to do with long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, legal matters, political matters are covered here as well, in terms of the political, philosophical, and spiritual beliefs that guide your life. Well, here's the thing. This full moon will be speaking in supreme harmony with Saturn in your sign. And so this is a time of stability and progress that feels as if it isn't necessarily a surprise. It feels as if it is well earned in some way. If you've been engaged in a legal matter, if you've been engaged in an immigration or citizenship matter, this is where things can come to a resolution in a way that feels fair and stabilizing and secure. If it is that you've been involved in a higher education institution, well, this may be a time when there are successes on that front as well. Now, more personally, this can be a time when your own worldview or your understanding of your place in the world solidifies and feels like it brings you a sense of stability and self-respect and strength. And that can feel really good. So where it is that you're hoping for good news from one of these types of institutions that I mentioned, or you're just hoping to connect with some spiritual truths that bring you a sense of stability, well, all of that is promised under the light of this full moon, where it may feel like certain situations reach a culmination, a fruition, as part of now you being able to put challenges behind and move forward. Now, as we get to the end of the month, let's talk about what's getting all the glitz, the glamour, and the glory. Chances are what you've been waiting for, the eclipse, right? We are going to have a powerful eclipse on the 30th of April. And this eclipse is an event that many astrologers have been speaking of for a very long time, myself included, because there's a very special sky taking place at this time. On the 30th of April, we are going to have a solar eclipse, which is going to happen hand in hand with your modern ruling planet, Uranus. And this is happening at the foundation of your chart, the bottom of your sky, having to do with home and family of origin. Now, here's something else to keep in mind. Simultaneously, on the same day, we are going to have what some astrologers like to call the most romantic day of the year, but it's so much more than that. It's the meeting of Venus and Jupiter, except that this time they are going to be meeting at the exaltation point of Venus. This is what the ancients believed was the exact degree out of 360 degrees of the zodiac that Venus most love to be in. And this is where she is going to meet Jupiter. Jupiter magnifying her energy that much more. Neptune isn't too far away as well. And these two planets are getting together in a part of the sky for you that has to do with money you earn, money you spend, and self-esteem and self-worth as well. Now, if all of that wasn't enough, we are under this sky going to have Pluto stationary retrograde, meaning that Pluto is standing still in the sky, going officially retrograde just a couple days before. And this Pluto standing still is where Pluto is at the height of its power. And Pluto is slowly but surely moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with karmic events and closing karmic ties, ending karmic chapters, knowing what has served its purpose in your life. And so you put all this together, and it does suggest a time when things are changing and in some way you're on the move. Now, if it is that you work from home or with homes, well, chances are this is going to represent a time of prosperity, of you really feeling as if what's changing on the home front is helping your life to move forward, to accelerate, and to change. For some, this is going to be very much a surprise buying, selling, moving, new roommate that shows up at this time. And so things can change on the home front very quickly, but ultimately towards your greater prosperity. Now, it may also be at this time that you are moving forward from your past in some way, seeing your past dramatically differently in a way that fuels healthy self-love that lasts a very long time to come. And this energy can also be your understanding of what home is for you differently in some way. This can be a sense of you connecting with your family of origin very spontaneously, very unexpectedly, in a way that fosters healthy love, especially healthy self-value and self-love for you. There may be a spirit of generosity, but thankfully you have it to give. Like I said, this can be a time of tremendous prosperity. You may want to watch your spending just a little bit at this time, especially if you're looking to purchase a new home. And yet, again, it feels like you have it to give and you're feeling really good about that. This is a time when a lot can change, but it's very karmic, and it isn't just about what's changing at home. It's about how meaningful it is to you. The fact that your modern ruling planet is hand in hand with this eclipse tells me that whatever's changing now, it feels very much in alignment with whom it is that you now know yourself to be, and that you're feeling really good about that. Now, where it comes to matters of love, for the first 5 days of the month, Venus will still be in your sign. Right to the 14th of April, Mars will be in your sign. And so it looks like there is this sense of wanting love and being open to love and wanting to connect with others physically as well. For all that, though, once we start moving further into the month, especially at the end of the month, the most romantic day of the year, love and self-love are intimately connected. It's like a light bulb comes on where you understand your past differently. From the light of seeing how self-love and the love that you had in your life always reflected itself in one way or another. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, well, look, the first days of the month, still, you are a magnet. That's Venus in your sign. And you want to cherish that energy, use that energy. With Mars in your sign for half of the month, well, chances are you are feeling very bold and courageous and wanting to connect with other people as well. But once we navigate towards the end of the month, I think you are going to be reflecting on your past differently, understanding it differently as well. What was okay with you may no longer be. What you accepted before, maybe the person you've become now probably wouldn't. Well, that sense of realization is ultimately going to help to affirm love romantically and self-love for you in a powerful way. A chance encounter with someone from your past may be part of what helps have this understanding really reach you to your core. For those of you just starting to date somebody, well, look, the energy in the first part of the month is really nice. Venus in your sign, again, you're a magnet, you're feeling loved and that you're receiving love. Mars in your sign, you may be feeling frisky and connecting with this person and enjoying that for the first half of the month. But as we get to the end of the month, it really is a very all or nothing moment, a real moment of truth and realization. If it is that you, in a split second, realize that this person does not bring the self-value affirmation that you deserve, so maybe they treat you in a certain way that makes you not always feel very good about yourself, well, that just isn't going to work for you. And in an instant, you'll go in a whole other direction. But if it is that they do affirm healthy self-love for you, well, it is going to be at the end of the month that very quickly you may find yourself at home with this person in more ways than one. And for those of you in an established bond, well, look, the overwhelming majority of Aquarians out there, as you're beginning the month, there's so much love, so much romance, a real sense of connection that's going to carry you forward from here. And as we get to the end of the month, chances are you will be feeling so much love and feeling very generous with your partner, and it seems like you have it to give. There is going to be a small percentage of Aquarians out there. If you know that you're not in the right relationship for you, it is the end of the month that is a big turning point moment where in an instant you may realize that this is not the person for you, and you're going to demonstrate self-love now to go in a different direction. And some Aquarians may literally, having a flash insight, decide to move out same day in an instant, going in a different direction. What I love about this month for you, well, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I am going to say that eclipse at the end of the month because your modern ruling planet is intimately involved in that. And it does suggest a time of change and a changing understanding of what home is for you. In some way, you are coming to a newfound clarity as to what healthy self-love and healthy self-esteem look like for you. And you won't accept anything less than that. And that in turn changes so much for you. You see your past differently, and therefore align yourself with a whole new, more empowered future. Well, thank you so much for watching. Truly so grateful for it. And I want to send a very special thank you and shout out to the sponsor for the monthly video horoscopes this month, and that is miraclemanifestorhoodies.com. I hope you'll check their website out because really these hoodies are incredible. These sweatshirts and the quality of these sweatshirts, I absolutely love the quality of the embroidery, really so luxurious. And the people behind the brand really believe in the mission of their company, which is about affirming that you do manifest miracles and affirming positive energy in your life. So I hope, again, that you'll check them out. Link is in the description below. And if you use Nadiya at checkout as a code, well, you'll get a discount as well. Well, thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy. Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there.